Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all North Carolina and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us this morning. So a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at CACRAO.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be made available within a week at the same website, CACRAO.org. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters.
Okay. Okay, good morning. My name is Melissa Bates, and I am your South Carolina representative for Johnson & Wales University. I wanted to give you a little bit of history about myself. I've been with the school for 30 years. We are one of the largest culinary schools in the world, which means we produce more chefs than most schools in the world. But however, this is only 1/3 of what we do, but I am concentrating on culinary today. So, in 1914, two ladies by the name of Gertrude and Mary started a school, Johnson & Wales University. We have one in Providence, Rhode Island, and one in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our programs are very industry-driven, career-focused. Okay, now I cannot get it to click. Matt, can you tell me how to get it to click?
Or just try and double click it. Sometimes you'll just need to hit it twice.
No, I've got to get it on to where it's doing, okay, wait a minute. Is that it? StriveScan, can you help me? I'm sorry, guys.
Is there a little arrow in your corner? Can you press an arrow?
No, restore, no.
You may be able to use your keyboard in the left and right arrows.
Yeah, try that.
My keyboard, yep, nothing's moving. Oh, okay, wait a minute, I found it. Sorry, guys. Okay, these are all of the programs that we offer for our College of Culinary Arts. So you can see that culinary is just not working in the kitchens. There are several different avenues that you can take. I'm going to go back to this slide in a little while. The College of CFIT. This is the newest program that we are now offering at Johnson & Wales, and it combines the technology with food innovation, and you can get more into that by looking at our view books. Jump right into your major. This is the most unique thing Johnson & Wales offers, and it is a part of all of our majors, but especially with the culinary, what happens is you start the first 2 years and earn your associate's degree. Then if you choose to go for your bachelor's, these are all the different degrees that you can go for. So you actually end up with an associate's in culinary and a bachelor's in business. And they fall under different colleges, through the College of Health and Wellness, through the College of Hospitality Management. So again, a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different options to be able to just not be in a kitchen. I wanted to kind of show you what our students are doing. A lot of our alum go work in different universities like Clemson University in their food service, or become their nutritionists for like the St. Louis Cardinals. If you see down here, I know, but due to COVID, culinary and hospitality are struggling. However, this is not going to be forever. So by 2026, we are expecting a ton of growth for chefs and for hospitality. If you are interested, you can text Wildcats to 75192. I know I will receive all of your information, but if you look at this recorded, you can have my phone number, my email address, and I would love to hear from you. Just to let you know, our application process at Johnson & Wales is free, and we are test optional. You can also do the Q code, text Wildcats to 75192, or do the Q code. Again, my name's Melissa Bates from Johnson & Wales University. I'm here to help you whenever I can. So y'all have a wonderful junior and senior year. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Melissa. And my name's Matt Cash. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission at the University of South Carolina, Beaufort. So I would like to just share my screen and some information with you about our particular programs. Let's see. So just to give you a background of USCB really quickly, so you get an idea of where we're coming from. We trace our history back to the 1795 founding of Beaufort College. Then we joined the University of South Carolina system in 1959. In 2004, we shifted operations to a brand newly constructed campus located in Bluffton, South Carolina. 2018 and 2019 both saw lots of renovations to our founding campus in the downtown Beaufort Historic District, as well as our Hilton Head Island campus. And that's the one that I'll be focusing on a little bit later because that is home for our Center for Hospitality Management. So an overview of USCB as far as student population, we welcome 2,100 students from over 36 states and 10 nations. We have over 1,000 students living on campus. So we have the highest residential population of any USC system campus. Student faculty ratio, you're looking at about 16:1. So it's a very close-knit learning environment. We have over 40 different clubs and organizations and 9 different athletic teams as well that participate as part of the NAIA and the Sun Conference. So again, to give you an idea of our location, again, the main campus is in Bluffton. We are also located right on the Beaufort River on the waterway in the historic Beaufort downtown district. And then our hospitality campus is located a little bit closer to Hilton Head Island. So as far as careers in hospitality management, hospitality and tourism is one of the leading industries in both North Carolina and South Carolina. So there's still lots of demand for positions in those fields. You get to pick from a wide range of focuses, everything from, it entails everything from event management to international hotel management, resort and restaurant management, as well as tourism industry as well. And some wider definitions of hospitality, and a lot of university departments also include retail and merchandising under part of that. And the National Retail Federation estimates about 1 in 4 jobs nationally is supported by the retail industry as well. So lots of different job opportunities in there. For South Carolina, for example, the South Carolina Department of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism estimated 2019 annual impact of $22.6 billion in the hospitality and tourism industry. So it's a huge part of our state and regional economy. So some of the benefits of studying hospitality while you're pursuing this major, once you select the college that you're interested in, certain things, I mean, a lot of students work in the hospitality industry while they're students there. This includes restaurants, bartending and waitressing positions, maybe hotel front desk staff for cleaning or something along those lines. So a lot of these industries and restaurant groups and hotel groups and that type of thing, they offer tuition reimbursement opportunities for students that are pursuing that particular program. So make sure that you check in with that if you're planning to work while in college. The skills are highly transferable as well, because the way I like to describe hospitality management, specifically for my institution, is it is heavily focused in business administration, management skills, marketing skills, accounting skills. That are highly transferable to other sectors as well. So even if hospitality isn't something that maybe you want to bounce around a little bit, and maybe you want to try out a different sector or something along those lines, the skills are very transferable. Then there's also mobility and travel opportunities as well. I mean, especially if you're working in the hotel industry and that type of stuff. I mean, it's interesting to be able to travel into national markets and international markets too. So as far as hospitality management, our program specifically at USCB, it's a really, like I said, the campus is located in Hilton Head Island. Over 2 million visitors annually visit the low country of South Carolina. So it's a world-class resort destination. So lots of opportunities to have internships and employment opportunities in the Hilton Head, the Beaufort, and nearby Savannah area. As far as the facility itself goes, it is home to junior and senior level, upper level classes for the hospitality management degree. The reason why we located it or built that location on Hilton Head Island is because so many of our students have employment or interning on the island. So they're within walking distance or a short drive to their internship opportunities. We're located right at the entrance to the Sea Pines Resort, if you're familiar with the area. So the facility itself includes a beverage lab, a demonstration kitchen and all that, because it's very important for our students, even though we're not necessarily focused purely on the culinary side. When you're studying hospitality management and you work in that industry, you have to wear many hats. So there's going to be sometimes where you might be short on a shift or something along those lines, and you're going to need to learn how to work and be mobile in a functioning kitchen. So we want to make sure that you have a very well-rounded experience with that. We're also home to the Low Country and Resort Island Tourism Institute, as well as the Center for Event Management and Hospitality Training. So we work a lot between those organizations in data research, as well as training for events, helping. We're heavily involved in the planning for the RBC Heritage Golf Tournament that takes place on Hilton Head every island. So lots of opportunities to study in the classroom, but also real world working experience as well. So I'm embarrassed to say that I actually, as much as I preached it, I forgot to include a contact information slide for myself. My name again is Matt Cash. My email address is cashmj@uscb.edu. USCB is test optional for 2021-2022 academic year, so test scores are not required. They will not adversely affect you if you do submit test scores. Thanks, and I will turn it over to Molly. Appreciate y'all joining us.
All right, there I am. Just wanted to start my video. So I am with Western Carolina University, and let me pull up and get my screen shared for you here. Okay. All right, so Western Carolina University is located in Cullowhee, North Carolina. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our school, and then a little bit about our hospitality and tourism program. So while Matt was talking to you guys about the beach, we are literally the opposite. We are in the mountains of North Carolina. This is a picture of our campus. You can see it's behind me as well. So we are located in Cullowhee, North Carolina. We are the westernmost UNC system school. So we are part of the public university system in North Carolina. We are right where the Blue Ridge and the Smoky Mountains meet. As you can see, we're right there in the valley. It's a beautiful area. We are about an hour west of Asheville. Our student body is composed of about 12,000 total students. We have 4,500 approximately that live on campus, 57% female, 43% male, and we have over 170 plus clubs and organizations. Now, the reason I mention that is A lot of times that's a great way to get involved outside of just your regular classes in hospitality and tourism management. So we have over 120 majors, 6 colleges, which includes our College of Business, which is what our major hospitality and tourism is housed under. Our class ratio is 17:1 student to faculty, and 64% of our classes are going to have 30 or fewer students. That's just a little bit of an overview about us. And now we will get more into our hospitality and tourism. So hospitality and tourism management, and I hope you guys can see that, we are actually located under the College of Business. Now, the really cool thing about us is our location. While you have a lot of opportunities at many schools, being located in the mountains really gives us a really excellent opportunity for you guys to get involved in hospitality and tourism. In the mountain side, we have tons of resorts near us. We have tons of national parks. There's a really great chance for you guys to get out there in the field. Our program is AACSB accredited, which is, again, that's a business accreditation. The curriculum covers management, marketing, operations, finance, and all of those have a focus on applications in the hospitality and tourism industry. I included the link, and if you guys want to try to copy that, I can also send it to you later in the chat. But I included the link so that you guys can actually go to the hospitality and tourism part of our website to see a lot of this information, as well as the 8-semester plan, that kind of thing. We have a lot of relationships with many hotels and resorts, such as Biltmore. If you look at the picture there, that's one of our students who actually was working with one of the hotels on the Biltmore property. We also have, like I mentioned, national parks nearby, as well as the resort area of Cashers and Highlands, which is going to include a lot of job opportunities and opportunities for you guys to, complete those internships. We've had students who have worked for golf courses, students that have worked for hotels. I mean, those are just 2 examples of all the different things we've had our students involved in. So I am going to give you guys a little bit of our timeline for applying, and then we're going to get a little more information about our hospitality and tourism. I just wanted to show you guys this slide before we got into a little more information. So our early action deadline is coming up November 15th. Our FAFSA priority deadline is January 1st. Our fall and scholarship deadline's the same day, which is February 1st. That's our final day for application. It's also the day to apply for some scholarships. And our tuition and housing deposit deadline is May 1st. Okay. And if you need more information about that slide, this program is being recorded, as well as if you put questions in the chat, I'll be glad to answer them. So this is going to give you a lot of the really good information about our career opportunities that we offer through hospitality and tourism. So we have a ton, as you can see, of national and multinational corporations that are just really in demand for people like you, for students who are at these institutions to come and get involved. And so they want a formal education, and that helps with promotions and increasing responsibility. So just a few opportunities that this could give you are working in hotels, restaurants, resorts, clubs, casinos. We do have a relationship as well with the Cherokee Nation, which there is the Cherokee Casino very close to our institution as well. Cruise ships, travel and tourism, fast food operations, convention and meeting planning, marketing and sales. And now that I've mentioned the marketing and sales, I'm also going to tell you guys that under our College of Business, which is where our hospitality and tourism management program is located, you will also have the opportunity to double major, because a lot of our core business courses are going to be similar. So if you're interested in marketing as well, you also have that opportunity. We have state parks, tourism events, and other attractions. So, we have tourism in Asheville all through the mountains. I mean, we have ski resorts. There's Cataloochee in the Maggie Valley area. So you have a ton of opportunities to really get involved and to get that hands-on experience. The thing about Western is we strongly encourage community engagement or hands-on experience with all of our majors, especially, you know, hospitality and tourism. Some internships. So there are numerous internship opportunities for students. In some cases, you will be working with a faculty member who will help you establish that. A lot of times, if you guys find a part-time job, say you're working in cashiers at one of the golf courses, we will work with them to help you get an internship where you're working at maybe a higher level and getting that field experience, but you also have the opportunity to do your job and get paid. So we really encourage you to work with your academic advisors in this sense so that you can get college credit for something you're maybe getting paid for. So that's a really great opportunity. Some advantages. So you're going to get 3 hours of course credit towards your degree. You can get paid depending on the internship. That entry level experience is just amazing to put on your resume. When you're applying for jobs, it's going to show that real world experience. You're not just applying saying I have this degree, you're applying saying I have this degree and I've worked in the field. And it helps you make a decision as to if that's really what you want to do. So hospitality and tourism has so many different areas that you can go into, such as mentioned before, and you can look on the career opportunity slide. But say that you're doing an internship in a casino and you really don't care for it. Well, that may not be the way that you want to go with this major, but you may love working with state parks. So, I mean, it's a really great chance to make sure that you really like the area that you're going into. And it also gives you future contacts, references, and networking opportunities. If you're looking for a job after college, you know, a lot of times because you know somebody from having an internship or working in the field, it's really going to help you to move forward and to get that job. So it's excellent, you know, real world experience, and it helps you possibly get that real world job. So I also put some things of how to prepare. Now I said, visit the career services, obtain information about resumes, job searches, and interviews. Now career services, I'm sure every single one of our institution has a career services or something similar for you guys to, you know, practice and get ready for those internships. So just take advantage of everything that your institution has to offer you for preparing and getting ready for that. So I am including on our contact information here, both the contact information for hospitality and tourism. So if you guys want to write that down, that's their email and their phone number. And I believe the second number is actually their fax number, so you may not want to use that, but the top one is their office number and then their email. And then I put my information below that so that you guys can get in touch with them or me if you have any questions after this. I think we're going to look at the Q&A here in just a minute to answer any questions that have popped up. But if you think of any questions later, please feel free to email me, give me a call. If you have really specific questions about the program and you want to speak to someone in that major, there is their contact information there as well. So I'm actually going to stop my screen share now. Okay. And I see that we actually have some Q&A that has popped up. So if you guys want to come back, I will see. I'm not sure who these are for. We can check these out. So I see a question. Let's see. What's the earliest one? Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Somebody said, do you offer in-state tuition for South Carolina students at Western Carolina? So for us, we do not have in-state tuition for South Carolina students. We do have the North Carolina Promise, which is going to be like, okay, so if you're an in-state student, you get $500 semester tuition. For a South Carolina student, it would be $2,500 a semester for tuition. Now, again, this is as long as the legislature here in North Carolina approves that. Total cost for an out-of-state student is about $22,000 to $24,000, depending on little things like your housing and that kind of stuff. Okay. So if we are a culinary major at either culinary school or university, do we have to take core classes such as math, English, etc.? So we do not offer culinary. So I'm going to refer to Melissa for this.
Okay,
one.
yes. Because you're going to end up with a bachelor's of science Yes, the first 2 years, we do it uniquely different. Again, you are put directly into your major. You will have internships. At the end of those 2 years, you earn your associate's degree. And a lot of your math, sciences, and English are going to correlate with whatever track you choose to go on. So yes, you will have regular math and Englishes, but they will make a little more sense to you in the fact that they correlate with your major.
For hospitality and tourism management, you do also have to take that at Western, and I would say probably at Beaufort as well.
Yeah, that's correct. So it's a Bachelor of Science degree with us as well. So you'll still be taking your general education courses just to make sure that you have a wide range of foundational knowledge as you go into your upper level coursework.
Now, I'd just like to reiterate that when you enter into Johnson & Wales, you're building your resume from the very beginning. We have a 4-day school week. So we had over 200 businesses on campus last September, not this September due to COVID, but last September, wanting to hire our freshmen to work with them while attending Johnson & Wales. So you're given like a career coach that helps guide you through whatever track you choose to go on.
So we have another question that is, what is the total cost of all 3 schools? So for us, I will tell you, in-state is going to be around $16,000 to $17,000 for a year, and out-of-state's $22,000 to $24,000 a year. And I'll let you guys answer.
Johnson & Wales is a private institution, so there's no in-state or out-of-state. And it all depends on your FAFSA and what you have been involved in high school, like national student organizations, what's your GPA. If you qualify for South Carolina money, you can't take that out of the state to North Carolina or Providence. But what you can do is we will match that with what we call institutional funds. So there's a lot of scholarship dollars. The sticker price of any school is going to scare you. So inch by inch, and I highly suggest you file your FAFSA sooner than later. The early FAFSA people seem to be the ones that get the most scholarship dollars.
And with USC Beaufort, we do a ballpark figure for tuition fees, room and board, meal plans, and everything is around $22,400 for in-state students. For out-of-state students, you're looking at about $32,500 for the school year. Again, that's kind of an all-inclusive ballpark figure. However, for some scholarship opportunities, if you're a South Carolina resident and you're eligible for either the Life or the Palmetto Fellow scholarships, then we offer additional academic scholarships to those students. And it's a first come, first served basis, but those are typically about $2,000 additionally per academic year that's renewable to all 4 years of attendance. And then if you're an out-of-state student, if you're from North Carolina interested in coming to the Bluffton, Beaufort, Hilton Head area, we do offer an out-of-state residential scholarship waiver program that's valued at a little over $11,000 for the year, to where basically if you graduate high school with a B average, so whether it's a 3.0 or if you're on a 100-point scale like a lot of North Carolina schools, whatever equates to a B average, or if you have a 1050 on the SAT or a 22 on the ACT, you just need one of those 3 academic requirements. And as long as you're living in on-campus housing with us, then you're awarded that a little over $11,000 per year that basically knocks you down to what the in-state tuition rate would be. And we do automatic reviews for all those. So there's not a separate application process for either Life Plus or Palmetto Fellows Plus or the out-of-state residential scholarship opportunities. So there's always ways to, it's either through need-based aid or merit scholarships or anything along those lines. But again, I think we'll all agree on this panel, early action on the part of the student is the best way to be first in line. So typically most of us launch our applications in August-ish of each academic year. So basically between your junior and senior year is really when you can go ahead and start the process early. I usually recommend students because we go active with like our next round of scholarship offers and launching housing applications and all that really early in the spring, like when we reopen from winter break in January. So I advise students, if at all possible, have everything to us before Thanksgiving break, maybe ideally, like definitely before we close for the holidays. That way you can have an admissions decision in place and you're ready to hit the ground running once operations resume in early January.
I agree completely. We also have an early action deadline on November 15th that I showed you briefly on that slide. I would strongly encourage, if you are looking to apply, you try to hit those early action dates such as that. So we do have another question that says, do any of your schools offer sports management or marketing within the business schools? And yes, we do at Western. And
yes, we do at Johnson and Wells.
yeah.
And our program it's not a specific concentration within that, but because of all resorts and competition courses and everything in the Hilton Head area, we do offer various applied coursework in both club management, turf management, and that type of thing too. So it's not a full concentration, but there is applied coursework within that.
Okay, will you match South Carolina scholarships each year or just the first year for Johnson and Wells? Whatever scholarships you are given your freshman year, they are renewable all 4 years. So absolutely, those are in stone as long as you keep your grades up at Johnson and Wells and are still a student there. So yes.
And we have one. What is the best way to learn about each school if you will not be conducting open houses or campus visits due to COVID? I would say most of us have virtual visits.
We do, but we are also offering in person. Our students are on campus now, and we're limiting our daily tours and like open houses or anything like that to 10 students because of the North Carolina laws with COVID at this time. I would suggest you go on jwu.edu and look at all the virtual tours we have on there and come visit us if you get a chance.
So we are not offering in person yet. However, if you go online to visit.wcu.edu, you can sign up to be one of the first notified when we do start offering in person. We do have a virtual tour there, and as of right now, we're planning to have an in-person but reduced capacity open house. However, due to COVID, we're not, that could change. So just keep checking visit.wcu.edu for updates.
For USCB, the best place to visit for updates would be uscb.edu. We are open to students in-person instruction. We have started back our in-person tours as well, but we're still definitely offering lots of virtual options as well. So we definitely want to be mindful of students that want to come and visit us in person, but still maintain the same level of commitment that we adjusted to as a crisis. We understand that people actually like that. I mean, it helps to get kind of an understanding of us early on before you commit to a full campus visit, and that's certainly understandable. So if you go to uscb.edu, you'll find a link to our virtual campus tour every Tuesday at 3:30. We also offer a virtual information session, but also once a week we are offering limited individual campus visits as well. So just make sure that you're mindful of the limited number of guests that you're allowed to bring with us. And then we'll be sending out additional details to the students that are on our mailing list. Once we are, and we're in the process of planning, like Molly was saying, reduced capacity open house type events. So we have a couple of those on the books in October and November. And again, you can go to uscb.edu for additional details there.
Well, this question, if we are accepted to a college, how long does that acceptance last before we have to apply again? For Johnson and Wells, it's 2 years. Once you've been accepted, again, our application process is free. You can apply through our website, and no foul, no gain. I mean, it's not going to cost you anything to apply and see what happens.
So ours does cost, it's a $65 application fee, but we do accept fee waivers if you qualify for an SAT or ACT fee waiver. if you qualify for free or reduced lunch at school, if you have zero expected contribution on your FAFSA, you can go to application.feewaiver.wcu.edu, and then you can click the fee waiver request right on that page and submit that to us. And acceptance for us is typically the way that it works is you're accepted for the semester you applied in. You can defer for one semester, potentially two, but generally we don't allow more than one. And then at that point, you would have to reapply. That's how ours works.
So with USCB, typically the acceptance is valid for the, like Molly was saying, the start term that you originally applied for. Our application is actually valid for 1 full year from the term that you submitted the original application, but it does get a little bit wild there. Like if you applied as a freshman, but you attended elsewhere, that doesn't necessarily, that means you have to submit a transfer application to that.
Yes.
Let's say if you don't attend anywhere and you're just taking a gap semester after you graduate high school or a gap year, that's okay. We just have a quick, it's called a change of term form, and I might be getting a little bit too much into the weeds here. But you wouldn't have to pay the application fee again, but we need some kind of action on the part of the student to let us know that they are interested in coming back. Otherwise, we don't know. So the application is technically valid just for that one term, but you can choose to update it as long as your student type doesn't change, like if you were attending coursework elsewhere. As far as application fee waiver opportunities, we are offering for all students participating in college application day programs the following fee waiver code. It is USCB 21. So that's USCB 21. And you can use that fee waiver to submit at the end of the application, and that will waive your application fee.
Okay, so we have, do any of your schools offer graduate work in business? We do. We have business and we have accounting as well. So we have a few different options for you. They usually work through our Biltmore campus, which is in Asheville. It's our, it's kind of like a separate campus from our main campus, but not always. But yes, we do.
And we do as well. It's the brick and mortar in Providence, and we're just starting our master's programs in Charlotte, but we also have online. So you would need to go to the website and really, narrow it down to see what it was that you were interested in doing.
So with USCB, we are primarily an undergraduate institution, so we pretty much offer up to bachelor's degrees. However, we have started offering a master's of science in computational science, and that's going to be more of a computer programming, networking type field of study. Now, although we do not offer our own graduate level program in business, we do offer satellite instruction for the University of South Carolina, Columbia's Darla Moore School of Business, and they do basically use some of our classroom and instructional space for their graduate level professional masters of business administration. So it is not ours, it's not our application process or anything like that, but the USC Moore School of Business does use each of the comprehensive university campuses as well for like satellite instruction. So you can complete it, it just wouldn't technically be through USCB proper.
Okay, and then do you accept college credit as part of the Career and College Promise within North Carolina? So if you're taking community college classes, I think you're talking about like dual enrollment. We do accept college credit, and if you want to see what your credit will transfer as, you can go online to transfercredits.wcu.edu, and you can click credits earned elsewhere. And you can actually use our lookup tool to see the college that you're going to, the community college or college. And you can look up what courses we've transferred in and what those courses have transferred as. And I'm seeing that, yes, it's a dual enrollment. So yes, but you do have to submit your college transcript when you complete all of your college classes for us to be able to give you credit for that.
And we also do take credits from community colleges. My suggestion to any senior in high school, do your best when you apply as a freshman. Do not take a whole abundance of credits, or you're going to be considered a transfer student, and then you're going to get a whole lot less scholarship opportunities.
With USCB, we actively work with students participating in dual enrollment and early college programs. And with us, like even if you have like an associate's degree that you complete at the high school level, we don't consider you a transfer student until you start attempting college coursework after high school graduation. So basically that still keeps you in line for freshman scholarship consideration with us. The credits are still eligible to transfer to us, but keep the consideration as a first-time freshman applicant since you haven't started attempting coursework after graduating from high school.
And we're the same way about the coursework. You have to have graduated high school for us to consider you a transfer. So I see this question twice. Are there any on-campus jobs?
There are at Johnson & Wales. A lot of those are through your FAFSA. But again, we have job fairs for our students for outside work, like I was telling you about before. Because Charlotte's one of the second largest financial district in the United States, New York City being number one. So, you know, when you're talking about the hub of Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and several other industries in the area, you're going to have part-time jobs while attending Johnson & Wales.
And we do as well. We have lots of on-campus opportunities for you guys to get involved. You can check out our website, but you can work in almost any field from intramurals to in the admissions office, etc.
Same thing. I mean, work study is considered part of financial aid, but even if you're not eligible for work study, we have tons of on-campus job opportunities, whether it's working in the Student Fitness Center, student ambassadors, which is part of the admissions office, and then just office type supplemental work. So there's lots of opportunities for students with on-campus opportunities. However, our Career Services Office, which does help facilitate a lot of things for after high school graduation, they also compile lists of off-campus employment opportunities because, again, I mean, a lot of our students working already in hospitality have an opportunity to make some really good extra income while they're students with us if they're working down on the island.
Okay, so we just have a couple minutes left, so I'm going to there's two questions that are specific. One is, can you give us the fee waiver code for USCB again?
Sure, it's USCB 21, USCB 21.
Do you want to type that too?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see it in there. I will.
Okay.
And what is the minimum GPA for Johnson & Wales? Well, I like to see a 3.0 or better because then I can help you with more scholarships. But we look at everything on an individual basis.
Okay, and then I'm going to try to get through this as quick as we can. You stated the tuition cost. Does that include the cost of attendance or just tuition? If we just said tuition, that would just be tuition probably. But for us, I know if you go to tuition.wcu.edu, you can actually use the tool on the side to see what your total cost would be. But the total costs I mentioned were total costs.
How do you mean? Okay.
Okay, and so I think, for the rest of them, we may have to send you guys some answers after because it looks like our time may be running out.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining us this morning. So when you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We would really appreciate it if you could provide some feedback for us today. Also, this was just one of the many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at CACRAO.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find the sessions recording, as well as all of the other sessions recordings at CACRAO.org. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.